Hi everyone, Sarah with Travel Squad Vacations. I'm here with Sarah Yates from Azamara, and we are going to go over why Azamara is a perfect fit for Travel Squad Vacation clients.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. Nice to be here and me talking to you about who Azamara is.
Super exciting. So Sarah, for a client who's only cruised the big ship brands, how would you describe what makes Azamara different?
Man, I love getting this question because Azamara really is different. We are very, very small ships. We're only 700 people. So that's just over
Wow.
350 rooms on board. But what makes us so different is our number one goal when we became a company 17 years ago now, was to stay the longest in port. We didn't want our guests to feel rushed or be racing back to the ship at 5 in the afternoon and miss out on what makes these ports incredible, even at nighttime. So we're known to do the immersive itineraries. We want them to do it all, see it all, buy it all, experience it all, because when you travel, like your daytime travel looks a lot different than your nighttime travel, right?
Yes.
Yeah, totally different experiences. So we want them to experience the entire day. We have late night departures, and late nights mean after 8 p.m. So if you want to get a dinner out in, I don't know, Florence, then you can do that and again not feel rushed. So because we're leaving port at 10 or 11 o'clock at night, or even doing overnight stays or double overnight stays. So you're getting multiple days in one port. We are doing the country intensives because we're a global cruise line. We go all over the world. We even go to the Antarctica region. So country intensive means that if you want to go see Italy, or if you want to go see, I don't know, Japan or Africa, we have intensive voyages where every single day you're going to be in a different port and you're going to see so much of that country in one cruise, probably more than you would even on land, because we're able to go to these small, intimate ports, including the iconic ports. So that really, truly is what makes us so special.
Oh, that's awesome. I really think clients would really enjoy the late night stays because, as I know, I would love to have dinner instead of being rushed back, like you said.
Yeah.
Can you walk us through an itinerary maybe that really shows off the late nights?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So what I kind of want to just show
Yeah,
first
please.
here is we are considered basically an entry level luxury brand. So there's not going to be any formal nights on board, and there's not going to be like any stuffiness. We're super relaxed, very casual. So we are in our unique little bubble, and we get pull from every cruise line, which is really, really nice for us. Direct competitors being Oceania and Viking, because they try and do something very similar to what we do. But we, of course, are always going to be number one in that. And then we even get luxury crossover from people who are already used to luxury sailings, but they really, really like our itineraries because that's
Wow.
what it is for us, the itineraries. And then for someone who wants to now start doing luxury cruising or small ship cruising, we always get the upgrades from people who don't want to be on a really big ship anymore. But when you're looking at the late nights and overnights with us, I mean, look at these pictures here.
Oh,
Our ships are so small. We even go down rivers. So we dock at city centers. We get your people to where they want to be. We're cutting out the transportation because they're there. And to just give you kind of an overview, I mean, you've been in the industry for a while. I love showing this slide because every single one of these brands on here, they're amazing brands and they do really well. But I do just want to highlight that this shows the brands and their time
wow.
spent in port. And we are taking the lead, and we have taken the lead for the last 17 years of having the most late nights and the overnight departures. And so when you're asking about the itineraries and what we do, like Japan, for example, Japan, the Asia region, it's amazing to sail through. And so to give you a Japan intensive, I mean, look at this, 15 nights, but you're having three different overnights.
That's
That's
incredible.
unheard of, like three overnights in one cruise. And you're also seeing two different countries.
That's incredible. The overnight stays, that's impressive. I really like this
Yeah.
itinerary.
Yeah, I do too. And the great thing about this, I guess our Asia region, is that we like to go during like peak season, so cherry blossom season. So you're going to be seeing
Yeah.
all those beautiful, iconic things that you always see posted all over the internet.
Gorgeous. I love it.
Same. And then I want to show you Italy. So Europe is always going to be popular. It always has been. It will remain popular. There's so much to see and do over in Europe, and we do really, really well in Europe. And we're now doing Europe year round. So to show you Italy, even though we start in Nice, I mean, it's look how many ports that you're visiting over in Italy, and you're having an overnight in Florence, and you're having multiple
Yes.
extended destination days of longer than 10 hours in these ports. So that's what our intensive cruises look like.
I love all the different ports. Plus, you're not leaving till a lot of them don't leave till past 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
So I think that people are able to explore more of the nightly life in the areas instead of, like you said, rushing back to the ship. But man, there's a wow port in every itinerary that you've shown, and I really think that this would benefit some our clients.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, the fact that we don't repeat itineraries, so every cruise is basically a unique experience because we have never done that exact itinerary before.
Okay, that's so cool. I really like that. For my clients who like authentic local experiences, can you tell me like what type of excursions or unique events that I should be highlighting for my clients that Azamara offers?
Yeah, yeah. So last year we did an entire program where we elevated all of our core pillars, and excursions being one of them. Because if we're going to stay the longest in port, why not offer excursions that take place in the evening? So we now have over 246 night excursions. Again, this is something that's going to a distillery at nighttime or going to an evening show and having dinner there, and it just takes your experience in those ports to the next level. We also have something called the curator's experience, where it is
Okay.
small, really small groups, and it's local led, and it's just really unique experience for that. And we also allow them or your guest to now book 18 months in advance so that they can
Wow.
secure their excursions with us and not have to worry about a thing once they're on board.
I know excursions book pretty quickly on some of these sailings, so that's awesome that it's 18 months in advance so clients don't have to worry about definitely getting those on hold.
Exactly.
Awesome. What is included in Azamara's pricing that clients often don't realize at first glance? And where might they see the biggest value once they're on board?
I love this question as well because with us, we have $4,500 worth of value inclusions. Now, there's 5 different areas to eat on board, plus we have complimentary room service, the beer, the wine, the spirits, the coffees. We have a massive list and range of different drinks that you can choose from all day long. Other brands might have it just during cocktail hour or just during dinner, but for us, it is all day long. We have a signature AzAmazing evening, which I will talk about because it's an
Okay.
exclusive thing that Azamara offers. But the tips, the gratuities, we have a laundry facility on board, which makes it super convenient as well for longer cruises. And of
Yes.
course, we have crew and butlers that can do it. But to have a facility on board, it again, it's convenient. You can pack less, buy more when you're on the ship, but that's what's included with us. Now,
Okay.
have you heard of our As Amazing Evenings?
No, you're gonna have to fill me in.
Okay, so the As Amazing Evenings is where we take our guest off the ship. It's basically an included shore excursion. So
Okay.
we take everyone off the ship in a seamless manner. I don't know how our ship does it because 700 people to me is a lot, but they do it flawlessly. And if you're sailing through, let's say Spain, we're going to take you to a flamenco show. Or if you're over in Europe, it's the symphony and the opera, and it's exclusive to Azamara. No outsiders
Okay.
are able to join in. There's dinners, there's enrichments, and it's such a unique, again, experience because that's what we're known for, is being unique. Now, just to give you some examples, we are going to Alaska, and so many other brands go to Alaska as well. So how can we stand out over in Alaska? Well, for our As Amazing evening, every time we are in Ketchikan, we have an exclusive Azamara lumberjack showing, and they've taken
So
things
cool.
to the next level. There's going to be like games as well that they have put together for the Azamara guests. So that's what your As Amazing evening will look like over in Ketchikan. And then another example is over in Liverpool. This is the July 19th voyage of this year, but we take you to go watch a Beatles tribute show. It's just, it's one of those things where your clients are going to go back and say, wow, like that was different. That is what makes Azamara like so incredibly fun and unique, and just it makes it stand out.
Now, Sarah, is it one per sailing that they get these as amazing evenings?
Yeah, so if it's just a standalone sailing, it's just going to be one
Okay.
a voyage. If they do a grand voyage, obviously they'll have multiple As Amazing evenings sprinkled in.
Okay.
But something that we do every single cruise as well is our white night. They're so much fun. There's so much food and music and dancing, and the captain's there. And it's just a really nice celebration for a couple of hours, one night of the cruise.
It looks awesome. I really
Yeah.
think that clients would enjoy that. Everyone in white. And do they take a pictures?
Oh my God, there's so many pictures happening that night. We have two photographers on board, and the amount of
Okay.
photos they take.
Hey, that's awesome. That way people can document their white night.
Yeah.
So service is a big selling point for our clients. What does service look like on board in terms of staff to guest ratio and personalization?
Yeah, so all of our ships are the exact same. They're going to roughly hold around 700 guests, around 400 crews. So it's about a 2-to-1 service ratio. Our service, honestly, we have been known for really friendly and genuine crew. Like our crew, it feels like family. They want to get to know you and keep in contact with you. Our suites, we have 3 top category suites currently, and all of them have their own butler assigned to them. So we really, really do take care of our guests on board. Even when we have children on board, our crew adores when children do come to sail with us.
That's awesome. What are some ideal first Azamara sailings or regions that you would recommend besides the Italy and Japan? Do you have any other suggestions that you could offer for our clients?
I do. So I will say, even though like the Caribbean's in our own backyard, right? Because I'm in
Yes.
Florida and the Caribbean's so easy. But for someone who doesn't live over here and maybe they live on the West Coast, I would recommend maybe trying out a Caribbean voyage for those who don't want to travel internationally, but they still
Okay.
want to try our product because we have really great sailings that do the Caribbean islands and the smaller islands as well. And again, we're staying longer in those islands, so you're not
Yes.
having to get back at 5 o'clock. I would say our Canadian runs are beautiful itineraries to see the fall colors throughout that region.
Oh,
Stunning.
okay.
And then for someone who does want maybe to do an international voyage, for me, I have not experienced it yet, but I have colleagues that have, and they have done our Iceland intensives.
Oh,
And they said after every cruise that they've been on with other brands and with Azamara, Iceland was their all-time favorite with us.
okay. That's interesting. Are there currently any offers upcoming for
Oh my
Azamara
gosh. Yeah,
that I
there's
can share with
always
clients?
something happening with us. So depending on when you book, because it does obviously change throughout the year, every month would have a different promotion tied to it. But all these areas are different ways for them to save. So we have random flash sales, we have random promos where it's reduced deposits. But with you, because you are affiliated with outside agents, you get exclusive covert rates, which only a handful of our partners have. So for you to
Okay.
have that additional perk is incredible. So that's going to help them save a lot more as well. But just everything on this list, they can save.
Okay. Perfect. That's awesome. Can't wait to
Yeah.
share those covert rates with our clients.
Yeah.
Um, what about future? Oh, go ahead and talk about this. This is super important.
Oh yeah, no, I totally forgot I had this slide in there actually. More ways for them to save is when they're on board with us, we have an onboard offer just like every other brand out there. But when they book on board, it's such a deep discount and the perks and amenities that are included when they do book on board because we can't offer it once they're off the ship. This is solely for onboard bookings.
Okay.
Depending on their status with us, they get an additional percent off. It's only half the deposit that they have to put on their booking when they're on
Okay.
board. They can get up to an additional $300 onboard credit, which is huge because that's
Yeah.
combinable with offers. And then
Okay.
my favorite part about onboard booking is, let's say they book, I don't know, Africa when they're on board our ship, but then 6 months later they contact you and they go, Sarah, I really don't want to do Africa anymore. I actually really want to do Greece. Can I change it?
Okay.
100%. They can change their cruise and we're not going to penalize them because it was an
Perfect.
onboard booking. And we do that as a one-time courtesy for that.
Okay. That's great information. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
Because we have a lot of clients that do book on board and then they lose that savings because they decide to change. So
Yeah.
awesome. Any future plans for Azamara coming up?
Yeah, we do. We're so excited about this. We recently just announced this, I want to say just a couple months ago. So it's really
Okay.
brand spanking new for us. But we are taking all four of our ships and they are going through a complete renovation. We are
Oh,
gutting out every single lounge and restaurant and we're redoing it. The color schemes are going to be incredible. They're going to be the
oh,
blues and the aquas, and it's kind of like a speakeasy feel as well with how we're designing our ships. So this is like the obviously the renderings, but it's going to be beautiful. Every single stateroom,
definitely.
every single suite that we have. Again, just completely gutted. It's going to be fresh in there, brand new furniture, flooring, even furniture on the balcony. All of it's going to be new. But what we're also doing is the Quest goes into dry dock this year in October. It's the first one to undergo this massive renovation, and it's going to be ready in December.
Okay.
But we are adding in a 12th deck to the front of our ship, and it's going to house 12 brand new suites, and it's going to
Wow.
have two different categories. So the middle picture is our grand view suites. They're going to have extended balconies. It's a beautiful, beautiful layout, double vanity sinks. So there's going to be 10 grand view. But then the panorama, we're adding two of those, and they're going to be larger than our current owner suites.
Oh,
So the panorama, literally, as you see in the picture, just floor to ceiling windows. They're going to have the best
gorgeous.
view up there, separate living space from the bedroom, two bathrooms, walk-in closet, a huge bathroom. So yeah, that's everything that we're doing. And we're also adding in a whole new different sun deck to deck 12 just for these suites.
And I like how thick the chairs are.
I
They don't look
know.
thin.
No achy backs.
No, that's awful. Awesome. No, that panorama suite looks fantastic. And I love the floor to ceiling windows.
Mhm.
I think clients are going to love the view out the front of the ship.
Yeah, no, we're so excited for this. So Quest will be first, Onward
Okay.
is next year, and then the other two ships are going to follow shortly after that.
So by 2028, you think all the ships will be done? Or is it?
Ideally, if everything
Okay.
goes according to plan, ideally, yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Well, I love the renos and can't wait to see them in person and can't wait for clients to experience it.
I
Is
know.
there anything else that you think that our clients need to know about Azamara before we sign off?
I would just say that no matter what cruise brand you come from, or even if you're brand new to cruising, you are going to love Azamara because it really is such a different experience. So I'm just excited for your guests to experience it and for you to
Oh, me
experience it.
too. Yes, yes. We'll have to get on board and experience it. I definitely, Japan has got my eyes because I love the overnight stays. So see if we can put a group together to go to Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome, Sarah. Thank you so much for your time. I greatly appreciate it. And we look forward to getting our clients on Azamara and having them experience the overnights and the longer stays.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much.
You're so welcome. Bye, guys.
Bye.